will be conducting today's show. I'd like to thank Erica Bradley of North Shore TV for the use of our studio facilities here in Lake Success, and to Rebecca Levine for her professional advice, and boy has she been busy today. I should say that North Shore TV is in the same building that the United Nations was first headquartered in. Our guests today are Eileen Shanahan, the founder of the CEO of Warrior Ranch. You're the president,
yes,
right?
President
okay.
And founder.
Okay. And Antoinette DeGruccio. Did I say the name right?
DeGruccio.
DeGruccio?
DeGruccio.
Okay. She's the program manager for your ranch.
Yes.
Yes. And she also sweeps stalls out and uses
she does everything.
You do
Buck
everything.
Stalls, she's the all-around, rides tractors.
We'll talk to our guest in just a few minutes, but here are some veterans who died recently. I don't see any camera lit. I hope we're taping. We are taping. Okay. Jonas Weinberg, 95 years old, of Melville, was a member of the Jewish War Vets, and he was a decorated veteran of the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir. And Eugene Gold of Plainview was a judge advocate for the Jewish War veterans and an Air Force veteran. Stanley Urbanowski of North Babylon was 96 years old and another proud Army veteran of the Korean War. Anthony Nuzzi, age 97, another Korean War Army veteran. He was also a Nassau County police officer. Irving Tolliver of Huntington was a proud Air Force veteran who gave unforgettable barbecues. John Florin of Smithtown was 96 years old, and he spent 4 years in the U.S. Navy. A lot of the veterans are in the 90s.
Yes.
I noticed that. Kenneth Libor died at 88. He served in the Air Force from 1960 to 63. After his service, he got a degree in horticulture from SUNY Farmingdale. John McTeague was 98 years old, a veteran of the U.S. Navy. He was from Wantaw. And lastly, from Rocky Point, Anthony Fusco, 91, an Army veteran of the Korean War. He died in January of this year. He had no family and made no funeral arrangements. His body remained in a morgue until a New York City American Legion post and the VFW in Rocky Point, West Hampton Beach, and Comac buried him with honors at Calverton. Now it's the time for our guests. Rob, you know Rob Ryan,
sure.
Our co-host.
We had a chance to meet about 2 months ago, where we came out to see what the ranch was all about, and we, Ed, I, and John Stump, loved every moment of our visit. It was really something. John is a blind veteran, but he was a horse trainer, and he came out, and when he walked into your place and everyone recognized him, his day was made.
Yes. John was a horse trainer.
He was a horse trainer.
I didn't remember.
Oh yes,
I did remember that.
Big time horse trainer.
That was when he walked in. Everybody, oh God, John's here!
Wow!
And he felt like, oh, his day was day was absolutely made.
We were happy to have you there. Yeah.
You know, yesterday was Memorial Day, and you know, and Ed just announcing everyone that passed. I must say that Ed and I both live in the town of Syosset, and we got up yesterday morning. Got to the starting line where everybody was lining up, the Syosset High School bands, the Boy Scouts, the Girl, there hundreds of people came out to line the streets on a rainy day. It made these people that served and now have ended their lives. Unfortunately, they lived. Sounds like a lot of them lived a good long time. But such good things and such good feelings were being felt yesterday on the streets of Syosset.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah.
And
very happy to hear that.
And it stopped raining. That was great.
Yeah. And it's people like these two ladies that do such good things for our veterans. I am so proud of everything that you've done. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what it is that you do and about your ranch. What was the inspiration for getting this whole thing started in the first place?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us on here.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it. I come from a family of military and first responders, and so it was ingrained in me to always give back. went to Catholic school. My father is a Marine. My mother's a nurse.
Where'd you go to school?
St. Anastasia in Douglaston, and then I went to St. Francis Prep in Fresh Meadows.
Okay.
And so, anyway, one of 8 kids. Again, we had a big family, and we always gave back and all that. So that's just always been in me. My father was part of the Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation when that first began back. It started in 1962. And my father was a man of the press, and he worked for the AP for many, many years, and he did a lot of print stuff. And I used to help him behind the scenes when I was older, you know, for the Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation. They had a big leatherneck ball, and we used to every year see my parents dress up, you know, in, you know, tuxes and gowns, and it was like, oh my gosh, look at them. It was like, you know, Prince and Princess going to, you know, this a ball. You
Yes.
know? So I watched that growing up, you know, my whole life, and then I used to help my father behind the scenes, like I said, when I was older, helping him do some of the layouts in the journal. And my father unfortunately passed away 24 years ago, and they asked me to stay on that committee. So I stayed on the committee, and I just gave back all the time. And I also have a passion for horses and dogs. My husband and I rescue horses and dogs, and then I decided, how am I going to combine my love of country and my passion for horses, and how am I going to give
Horses.
back? Horses. I love my country, I love horses. It's really that simple. So anyway, I started speaking to some of the Marines that I knew at the Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation. So I just started talking about it, started telling everybody about the idea. And they liked the idea. And it was always just sort of like a lottery dream for me, because I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to afford to do this. Still can't afford it. I need to make that clear. I don't have a lot of money. I didn't win the lottery. But because of the generosity of the people, the public out there, we've been able to grow something fantastic. And what my sister did, said to me, she said, start with what you have. Do what you can with what you have. And Jim and I had a few horses already. 2 of them were rescues. And we started one soldier, one horse at a time. And that's how it started. And then it started in our backyard and 10 years ago. And it has now grown into 6 beautiful acres because of an amazing community out in Calverton. So it's been great. And I did just want to mention, with the reason I brought up the Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation was because they started with one scholarship, one general who couldn't afford to send his son to college. They started with one Marine, one scholarship, and they've now grown into millions and millions of dollars that they give away every year. And that is what sort of gave me the inspiration and said, okay, you can do this. Just start with one. And that's what we did.
How many years ago?
10 years ago.
Wow.
So it's our 10th anniversary this year. We're very excited about it. We're going to have a big celebration Sunday, October 4th at the ranch.
October 4th, everyone.
October 4th.
Remember that date.
Yeah.
The ranch, you said you started with 2 horses?
Yeah, so I had my horse, Warrior.
Okay.
His name is Warrior. The name of the foundation is twofold. It's after Warrior because he was a rescue horse who helped some people as well. And also after our warriors who serve, protect, and defend our freedom every day. That's how the name Warrior Ranch came about.
When did you move the facility to?
2019.
To what?
October 2019, we contracted with the county and we leased the property out in Calverton. And we started, actually it was a mess, it needed a lot of work, and we started actually operating around March of 2020. COVID had hit, but that was actually a blessing for us because everyone wanted to get outside. So we cleaned the place up, got it all going, and it is what you now see today. Again, tremendous community support has helped us get to where we are. Local 138, Riverhead Building Supply, Suffolk Securities, American Regent, so many businesses, PSEG, there's so many corporations, and the people. It was the veterans and first responders who came out and helped build it.
So Ed and I noticed that when we came up to visit you that day, there was much more than just veterans. There were firemen, there were policemen, there were so all the first responders are part of that. EMTs.
Yes.
Yep.
First responders. Yes. I mean, how they live every day, the stressors that they live under every single day.
Can we see the video that you brought with you today about the horses?
Sure.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, they can definitely see that. Oh, let's see if we got a horse in the back.
Here we go.
Horses are prey animals. They live in a hypervigilant world where they're always aware of their surroundings.
After an accident, a fire, a death, you try to bury that. Over the years, That's not good.
As a soldier, mine is different than a fireman, mine is different than a police officer. But there's a bond there because we are the ones that have put our life on the line.
Horses are extremely intuitive and they live in a sense of community, which is what our veterans and first responders need as well.
I'm so busy all the time worrying about everyone else that I never really take care of myself until I try to get around the horses. They make me feel better.
As somebody who's combat wounded, I have to tell you that it's the most amazing feeling because everything comes out, everything.
It actually has been very therapeutic for me.
Horses live in a place of what's called congruence, so that's where your outsides and your insides are matching. So the horses demand for our veterans and first responders to become congruent, to act the way they're feeling.
I don't have the anxiety, and I truly, like, internally, I don't feel a tightness. It's just a synergy that all of a sudden you fall in love with.
When I go home, they're kind of like, okay, so where have you been? You know, you're not the same. What happened?
It starts unfolding those layers of guardedness, you know, so somebody that comes in feeling a little guarded, unsure of what to expect, as soon as they start working with the horses, it starts to unfold that.
If I have troubles in the back of my head, he'll read that and it'll help focus me back on calming and working with him. And there's an incredible reciprocity that happens.
Just working with them, you learn to process some of that and release it and let it go. And yeah, hopefully my life outside of here is better because of it, and I think it is.
It doesn't feel like therapy like some other places may feel like therapy. This is more of a relaxing feeling, not judgmental or anything like that. So yeah, it feels like home almost, a place where you can just rest.
This is our family. This ranch is our family. Every one of us, veteran, first responder, whatever, this is ours. And you know, if the horses could say anything other than I want another apple, they're over there thinking the same thing.
Beautiful property.
Very good.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have 2 barns, don't you?
Well, one's an indoor arena and the other is the barn. And then we have the clubhouse.
And the clubhouse, I remember.
Yeah.
But the barns are different.
Right, one has the horses, oh, I know why, I understand why you're saying it. One has, the horses live in one, and then the other one, we do some of the exercises that we do.
Very good.
So you got day-to-day operations, but you also have things, special clinics or special programs that you run. How many times how often do you do this?
Yeah, so we run full-day clinics at least twice a month on the weekends, and then at least once a month during the week. But then we also are available by appointment, so if there's either an individual or a group that would like to come out, they just need to give us a call, and we'll set it up based on what their schedule is and our schedule, and that way they could come out and meet the horses and get some services.
Now, tell us a little bit about what goes on in a clinic.
Sure, of course. Yeah, so our veterans and first responders will come in if we're doing a full-day clinic. I'll explain that one. They'll come in and we just sort of have a check-in where we give some information about the horses, information about what's going to happen that day, because a lot of times folks come in feeling a little nervous, unsure of what's going to happen. So we will give them an overview, a brief overview, because the goal is to get them out with the horses as quickly as possible. That way they could get hands-on and start working with the horses. We do have expert coaches that will be there during the day, so we'll take, if it's a larger group, we'll take them and split them up into smaller groups, so maybe 3 participants with a horse and an expert coach that can assist them with learning about the horses. We teach about the nature of the horse. We teach about how the horse wants to be approached, how the horse wants to be interacted with. I say we, and that includes the horse teaches the participants about how they want to be approached and interacted with as well. And during this time, is when people are starting to learn, but they're also starting to do it's called synchronize their heart rates with the horses. So one of the therapeutic benefits of being around horses is that it actually, our horse's resting heart rate is lower than a human's resting heart rate. So they start to synchronize heart rates with us, and they bring our heart rate into a resting state. So a lot of times we'll hear folks say, participants say, gosh, I haven't felt this relaxed in so long, or God, I didn't even realize that they have their Aura ring on or their Apple Watch. Gosh, my heart rate hasn't been this low in a really long time. And that's actually a scientific occurrence that's happening. Horses synchronize their heart rate when they're in a herd with other horses, so they do that with humans as well. And horses want to be in that resting state. That's a comfortable state for them, so what they'll do is even if our heart rate is a little elevated, which happens in a new place, you may be a little nervous, heart rate could be a little bit elevated, seeing a horse for the first time, right? The horses will bring their heart rate up and then start synchronizing and bringing our heart rates down with them. So that's what's really important about making sure they have that time to get to know the horse, have that time. We do what's called grooming, which is teaching them how to clean the horse. So they're learning horsemanship skills while they're also getting this therapeutic benefit of being around the horses, having the heart rate synchronized.
You mean I could go out to your ranch, and if I'm good, I can groom a horse, I get to clean a horse, brush the bugs off of him. That doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun.
It doesn't sound like fun?
No.
You'd be
This is not
surprised.
for everybody.
Be surprised?
You'd be surprised. I think.
Well, you were there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And you were brushing that
I was
horse.
going to say, if I recall, you were one of the first ones
I have
to
you on film,
volunteer.
Ed.
When
volunteer to brush.
I heard I was going to a ranch, I thought I'd be riding a horse.
Yeah.
But riding a horse is not what you do.
Yes.
No, it's not necessarily what we do.
It's to get somebody from the city or the suburbs to actually put his hand on a horse and take care of the horse and get his confidence, and to watch the confidence go between the horse and the man.
Yeah. So
Or the woman.
And it doesn't have to be city, it can be anybody. The only requirement is that you're a veteran or first responder, and it's really just
A veteran or first responders.
Yeah.
And you can.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, so the majority of the work that we do with our veterans and first responders is unmounted, so meaning on the ground with the horse. And the reason for that is, number one, safety, because that's always our number one priority. You know, we want to teach people how to be safe around the horse. But the other really big piece is the relationship piece. So being able to see eye to eye with the horse, it makes a big difference. So being on the ground, interacting with the horse, learning about how the horse communicates so that you can then communicate appropriately with them and build that connection and build that relationship.
Yeah.
From there, after they've come back a few times, if it's something that they're interested in, we can do mounted work, which meaning riding the horse with them, but we would always want to establish that relationship first on the ground, those safety parameters first on the ground, because it's not so much about the, yes, people come out, they want to be a cowboy or cowgirl for the day, and that's awesome. We love to help them do that.
Yeah.
It's more about the relationship and the connection, and not just with the horses, but the connection that they wind up having with each other too. Since we do serve veterans and first responders solely, the camaraderie that we find within the grouping of people that come out is such a big draw, and people just want to come back. And sometimes they want to come back not necessarily because of the horses. Sometimes they want to come back because they enjoy the people that they're around.
Right.
And some folks want to come back and sit and watch the horses, but they're really talking and communicating with each other.
I'm curious.
The beauty of what Antoinette just brought up, you can do as little or as much as you want at the ranch. We will never ask you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. So if some people want to come and they just want to look at the horses and brush the horses, they find that fun. You may not.
How do people? I'm sorry.
If they do want to learn more about horsemanship, and there are several that do, we teach them, go into the deeper education about horsemanship. And believe it or not, most of the people don't want to get on the horse. They just want to be there. It's working with a horse on the ground. It's the first step to self-awareness. And when you're dealing with some folks that might have suffered a trauma, or whether it's just a daily stressor, they start to become self-aware of their emotions. And because if you just, like Antoinette was saying, you have to be congruent with the horse, but you'll start to become aware of yourself and the emotions that you're giving off, and you take that with you when you leave. You become more confident, you can overcome fears, you respect boundaries. There's so many different levels when you start communicating with a horse via body language that you learn about yourself, and you take that out, you leave the ranch with that.
And the horse can feel
100%
who you are and how you're interacting with them. There was a lady that was out at the ranch that we did see, and she became emotionally in touch with this horse to such a degree where she had to stop brushing, and she just had to walk away for a little bit and then came back and enjoyed the rest of the day. But that kind of connection, what goes on between the male, I mean, is a young woman and a beautiful horse? And what does the horse feel when that emotional challenge takes place? Does the horse feel it?
Yeah, so that's a great question, actually. It's really quite interesting. So what happens a lot of times with anybody is we're a very cognitive world, right? So we're always thinking, we're always in our head. When we come into interaction with the horse, especially when we start brushing them, we start putting hands on them, that brings us back into our body. So we almost have like a visceral reaction sometimes where we're like, I'm having these feelings, but I don't know what these feelings are, so it could be a little overwhelming. So in that woman's case, it got a little overwhelming. She had to step aside for a moment to kind of regain herself. And actually the horses, it's very rare that would be anything stressful for them, because they actually do want people to be congruent. They want people to be in their bodies, present in the moment, and with them. And that's when they feel most comfortable. So you probably noticed, although she might have gotten upset, the horse stood quietly.
Yes.
The horse was very comfortable during this. And something that was really nice about her situation is that she was able to, understand what was going on for herself, which was new for her. So it was a new inner feeling that she was getting through her body, and return to the horse and have a beautiful continue her beautiful interaction.
It actually was a wonderful experience for even us witnessing it. So this is kind of this is the beautiful work that you're doing.
Yeah.
This is how you're helping.
Yeah.
It's how does a person, like, if I don't know anything about Warrior Ranch, how do I find you? What if I really I've got issues, I could use all the help I could get. How do I find you?
Website, basically the website. You can go to the website. We've had some media coverage thanks to folks like you covering our media. We've been in Newsday, News 12, Fox 5, Fox News, CBS. We've been on a bunch of different channels, which has been great. So we get some media coverage, which is fantastic. But also we have social media. We're out there on social media all the time, and we have our website. And you can get whatever information you need from our website, which is warriorranchfoundation.org. Or you can email us at info@warriorranchfoundation.org. But the website itself has all the information you could possibly need. And you can reach out and you will get either Antoinette or Lauren and fill out what we refer to as a retreat. It's a horsemanship retreat application, and come to the ranch.
And then come to the ranch.
Come to the ranch. We'll ask a few questions about folks, because we like to know some background about people. So if there's been any trauma. If not, that's fine too. And also, we need to know if people have food allergies, because we serve food. I mean, it's a full day. It's a full day event, as you saw.
Yes.
So we'll have bagels and coffees there, thanks to being a bagel. And then we serve lunch for everybody. And our services are free to all our veterans and first responders. So we rely on the generosity of the public to send donations to Warrior Ranch, and
we won't ask for any money.
I would say that there were probably 35 or so people, guests, that morning that we showed up. And one of the nice things, and the way that you are so welcoming, is that you had everyone go around the room, say who they are, what their background, a little brief bio, so we had a sense of everyone. And of course, Ed was very, wow, there's so many policemen, and here, what's the connection? And it was, but the connection is they see things that just most of us don't see.
Our veterans protect our freedom every second of every day,
Yes.
and our police officers and firefighters protect our communities.
100%.
So, and you know, and very often veterans or firefighters are also veterans. Firefighters or police
Right.
officers are also veterans. There's a lot of that.
So the whole purpose, what we think behind like Veterans News is, we invite people that are doing really good things for the community and for the first responders, for the veterans. There's not enough people like you in the world, but God bless you for being who you are and doing all the things that you're doing. Can you grow this program? Are you looking for more people to join? Are you?
It's
Good
there's
question.
no shortage of veterans or first responders in need, and there's no shortage of horses in need, which is another part of our program. We rescue, retrain, and repurpose horses. So we have a great equine specialist in Gina Lamb from Iron Horse Fields. We bring in horses that need some help, and that in turn, once the horse is deemed safe, the veterans and first responders work with that horse, helping that horse become more adoptable, because the more hands on a horse, the more adoptable that horse becomes. So when a veteran or first responder hears,
The more
"Oh my God,"
adoptable the horse becomes?
yes, so the more people that can work with the horse, we adopt the horses out. After they get trained, they get adopted out to a new forever home, and most of the
Wow.
folks buy into it, because once you realize you're helping a horse, you're not just going there for yourself, you're going there for a horse. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm helping a horse.
So the horse gets to like people because people have been nice to the
Right,
horse.
exactly. So
No kidding.
it's our slogan is America's Heroes, Rescuing America's Icon, a second chance for both human and horse.
And the horses probably have a fairly good memory that if this is my 10th trip back, they know who I am by then.
Right.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
horses can recognize humans. Yeah.
Listen, I have dozens of questions I could ask, but is there anything that you would like to tell the public today
In
that
30 seconds.
that we haven't asked you about up till now? That's something that you really want. One point
Horse.
that you would tell a veteran.
Horse.
Please come.
Please come.
to the ranch. Thank you for your service is number one.
Yes.
Appreciate all that you've done for our country and for our freedom. And please come to the ranch, because it's for you. It's for your home.
Yeah.
It's for you.
And
to
it's a
come and hang out.
benefit.
Yeah.
It will benefit them all.
Sonny, can you come up here? Let's show them the crew. There isn't too many folks in
Antoinette.
our crew. Eric?
We got the
Thank
All
horse.
right,
you so
Eric
much.
was the horse,
Eileen.
horse's head.
Thank you so much.
You
Really
bet.
appreciate it.
This is Lauren Stark. Where are you,
She's over
Lauren?
there. She's coming.
Come on back,
Lauren
Lauren.
Stark, here we go.
20 seconds.
Sonny Maxim, Eric Spitter, that's our whole crew today, plus the people in the back room. Please come and see them. Anybody can come to the Veterans News. We can use the appearance.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
It's an honor. It truly is an
There you
honor
go.
for us.
We have a name for the horse? Well, anyway. Mr. Red. There you go. There you go.
Oh, that, excellent. He does stand up on the side.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.